Capricorn, if you feel like you're standing at a crossroads, unsure whether to hold on or let go, then this reading has not found you by accident. A cycle is gently coming to a close, and a new chapter, fresh, undefined, is softly calling your name. The 5 cards that have shown up today will not speak in circles. They will speak plainly, truthfully, and deeply. If you're a Capricorn, or if you carry Capricorn energy in your soul, please take a few minutes to listen. Perhaps somewhere in these words, you'll recognize what your spirit has been quietly needing. Subscribe and turn on the bell if you wish to be reminded each week, not by tarot, but by yourself, the deeper, more awakened version of you. The first card, the Chariot, represents your overall energy this week. The Chariot is a symbol of movement, triumph, and the will to overcome. But at its core, it's not about how fast you're moving. It's about who is holding the reins in your inner journey. This week, as the moon passes through Cancer, Capricorn's opposite sign, you may feel pulled between duty and personal emotion, between I have to and I want to, between your steady mind and the softer heart you rarely allow to speak. The Chariot doesn't come to comfort you, but to ask, have you checked your direction lately and why you're heading there? Are you being driven by aligned purpose, or are you speeding away from a truth you don't want to face? For Capricorn, this is a week not just to manage the external, but to master the inner tension. Not all movement is progress, and not all discipline is strength, especially when it's built upon the fear of failure. The universe doesn't need you to accelerate. It needs you to choose the right direction. The second card, the Devil, reveals the deepest challenge of the week. The Devil appears, not to frighten you, but to do what few cards dare, to shine a light on the places you've sealed off, painted over with logic and called them stability. And here's the twist. This card is your own archetype, Capricorn. No one understands the power of discipline and self-control more than you. But the Devil asks, of all the things you're controlling, what's controlling you in return? Right now, Pluto, the planet of symbolic death, rebirth, and shadow, is retrograding through Capricorn. The armor you've worn to protect yourself is beginning to crack. The definitions you've built around success, safety, and duty are beginning to shake. The Devil is not just temptation, it's the silent agreement you've made with something that no longer brings you joy. It's the cage you've lived in for so long, you forgot it had walls. This week, you may feel the return of an old memory, an encounter with someone who throws you off center, or simply a hollow feeling you can't name. Don't rush to seal it up. Listen, you can't heal what you refuse to see. The third card, 3 of Wands, represents the action you're guided to take. After the inner storms of the Chariot and the Devil, this card arrives like a breath, like standing on a high ledge and finally seeing the horizon. 3 of Wands doesn't ask you to jump into immediate action. Instead, it invites you to pause, like a sailor standing at the edge of the deck, eyes fixed on open waters. You've come a long way. Now is the time to expand your vision, not with your eyes, but with matured awareness. Jupiter is preparing to move from Taurus into Gemini. This cosmic transition marks a shift in the mental landscape, where hidden desires and long-held dreams begin to gain clarity. Capricorn, the most valuable thing you can do this week is not to do more, but to observe more wisely. 3 of Wands says, stand firmly on your foundation, but don't trap yourself in old thinking. Your next success won't come from repeating the past, but from trusting what you haven't tried. The fourth card, the Sun, represents clarity, reward, and truth. The sun isn't just external brightness, it's the light within you being called forward. Capricorn is often used to carrying responsibilities in silence, striving without seeking recognition. But the sun shows up not to say, you've done enough, but to remind you, you've always been enough. This week, the sun shines from Taurus, an earth sign in harmony with Capricorn. This alignment brings grounding energy that lets you not only see what truly matters, but begin to embody it. The sun may appear as a timely opportunity, a quiet acknowledgement, or a deep internal ease, the feeling that you no longer need to carry it all alone. Now is the time to let yourself smile, to soften, to slow down, and see yourself in the light, not needing to prove, not needing to strive. The final card, the Fool, represents the journey ahead, not as someone naive, not as a blank slate, but as a soul who has fractured, healed, and now stands ready to step into the unknown with a lighter heart. The Fool is a beginning, but not the kind you can plan. It is a rebirth of trust, trust that needs no map, no certainty, no control. Uranus, the planet of awakening, is now moving closer to the sun. You may feel the urge to do something radically different in how you think, how you connect, how you look at yourself. Capricorn, change doesn't come easily to you, but if you only live within what you can predict, you'll miss what the universe wants to gift you beyond imagination. The Fool whispers, "Haven't you lived long enough in the safe zone?" The new journey doesn't begin with a grand action. It begins in a quiet moment when you ask, "If I were not bound by my past, what would I choose today?" Capricorn, this week is not just a journey, it's a rite of passage, a sacred invitation to return inward, to see more clearly, to hold yourself more lightly, and to live more truly. The universe does not ask for perfection, only honesty. And if any part of this reading touched you, leave a comment, not to confirm, but to remind yourself that you are not alone in this journey. I'll see you in future videos, wishing you a week filled with strength, clarity, and freedom that rises from within. With love, always.